Welcome to the Thumbody podcast, where we explore the busy intersection of personal branding and entrepreneurship. This is episode 10. I'm your host, Jimmy Gibson, and I'm here to remind you that you are Thumbody special. Yep, by now you should be fully in the know about the Thumbody brand and the backstory. No? Invest another 10 minutes in episode number 1. The full story is there. You'll learn about the brand from my childhood that I'm bringing back to life after it was abandoned in the 1970s. On the Thumbody Show, we're all about spreading the power of one-of-a-kindness. We believe that everyone has unique gifts and talents that can be used to make a positive impact in the world. Why, what a coincidence. That leads us to our topic today. Today, we're going to be diving into the world of content on LinkedIn and why creating content is so important for companies and individuals. We've got the top 5 secrets to posting content and what happens behind the curtain of LinkedIn. What you can give from your unique combination of skills, talents, and expertise is what I refer to as spreading the power of one-of-a-kindness. Get it? One of a kind, you, kindness, helping others. Your content should be an extension of your unique gifts and talents. You are as unique as your thumbprint, and your thumb can change the world. On today's episode, we've got another appearance by Alex, the LinkedIn algorithm. Let's get started with the Thumbody Show.
And now, our special segment. It's what you've been waiting for.
Creating content for LinkedIn is a combination of art and science. I'll be referencing a variety of sources today. The reality? Much like the Google algorithm, the LinkedIn algorithm is elusive and ever-changing. At the time of this recording, I've tried to present the most up-to-date and relevant information. Some of the tips are evergreen. Others are based on the current version of what to do and what not to do on LinkedIn. Now, I've been following Richard Vanderblom for about 6 months. He's regarded as one of the premier experts on LinkedIn. I'm part of his monthly community called The Tribe, where he holds master classes, and you have the opportunity to engage with other LinkedIn nerds from around the world. Richard regularly publishes a 50-plus page report on the LinkedIn algorithm. He treats it like a science experiment. The report then gives actionable recommendations to optimize these areas for better visibility and engagement. It suggests things like improving the profile headline, sharing more relevant content, and posting an optimal amount of times during the day to get more engagement. A recent post by Richard summarized 21 of the top secrets to LinkedIn. I've actually distilled that list down to 5 important ones that focus on how to create content on the platform. And believe me, I've tried all 5. So this is not just pie-in-the-sky theory. These are the results that I've been able to experience. Based on my expertise in LinkedIn and personal branding, I'd like to recommend 5 of the following tips from that list of 21. The first one actually shows up as number 1 on his list. Make it personal. Sharing personal stories and including selfies in your post can help people get to know you and connect with you on a deeper level, which can have a significant impact on your personal brand. The next one is actually number 3 on his list. Nurture your own post for better results. Responding to comments on your post within the first 12 hours can increase engagement and interaction with your audience, which can also boost your personal brand. The next one is number 4 on his list. Ideal post length. Keeping your post between 1,200 and 1,600 characters can help you keep your audience engaged and reading your content, which can lead to better results for your personal brand. The next one is number 9. Ingredients for the perfect post. Using a trigger in the first 3 lines, including a scroll stopper, as they say, writing at least 8 lines of text, using hashtags, and including a call to action makes your post more appealing and engaging, which can have, again, a positive impact on your personal brand. And finally, number 16 on his list, the first 90 minutes is where the magic really happens. Engaging with your audience in the first 90 minutes after posting can help increase your reach and boost engagement, which can also have a significant impact on your personal brand. Let's break each of these down into a little more detail. And remember, the Thumbody Show is where we celebrate individuality and inspire you to leverage your unique skills and talents to make a positive impact. Let's dive a little deeper into those top 5. So, the first one, make it personal. Sharing personal stories and including selfies in your post can help people get to know you and connect with you on that deeper level, which can impact your personal brand. In this segment, we're going to talk about how to make your LinkedIn content more engaging and entertaining by sharing personal stories. And as I mentioned before, selfies are actually hot on LinkedIn right now. Let's face it, LinkedIn can be a little boring sometimes. It's a platform for professionals to connect and share their work-related content, but that does not mean your posts have to be dry and dull. By injecting a little bit of your personality and humor into your content, you can stand out from the crowd. One way to do this is sharing personal stories. Your audience wants to get to know you, the person behind the profile, not just your professional accomplishments. Share a story about how you overcame a challenge, a funny experience you had at work, or even a personal accomplishment. This will help your audience connect with you and see you as more than just a name and a job title. Another way to make your LinkedIn content more engaging is by including selfies. Now, I know what you're thinking. Selfies on LinkedIn? That is unprofessional. But hear me out. Including a selfie with your post shows there's a real person behind the content. It humanizes your brand and makes you more relatable to your audience. So the next time you're creating a LinkedIn post, think about how you can make it more personal. Share a story or include a selfie to inject some personality and humor into your content. And by doing so, heck, you're going to stand out from the crowd. The next one is nurture your own post for better results. When you respond to comments on your post within the first 12 hours, it can actually increase engagement and interaction with your audience. One way to do this is by responding to comments on your post within the first 12 hours. Why is this so important, you ask? Well, responding to comments shows your audience that you care about their thoughts and opinions. It also triggers the algorithm to see that there's something going on with this conversation. Plus, it keeps the conversation going and it encourages even more people to interact, which, again, has a big impact on your reach and exposure. But let's be real. Responding to every comment can be a lot of work. That's why it's important to prioritize the comments that really stand out or ask engaging questions to you. And don't be afraid to have a little fun. You can use emojis, GIFs, or even puns to keep the conversation light and enjoyable. Now, there is research that if you include up to 12 words in that response, it's a lot better than saying thanks or I agree. So the next time you post something on social media, make sure you check in on the comments and respond within the first 12 hours. Not only will this show your audience that you care, but it's also going to help boost your brand. Another thing that you can do is actually engage with other posts, not your own, in that first 90 minutes. That also seems to have a correlation between helping out your own post. The next tip is regarding the ideal post length. Are you struggling to keep your LinkedIn audience engaged? One of the most important factors to consider is the length of your post. If you're posting content that's too long or too short, you might not be capturing the attention of your followers. When it comes to LinkedIn, the ideal post length at the time of this recording is between 1,200 and 1,600 characters. This sweet spot is perfect for conveying your message while keeping your audience interested and engaged. You want to make sure that your post is long enough to provide some valuable information or an insight, but not so long that your readers lose interest. Remember that your followers are busy people and they don't have a lot of time to spend reading long posts. Keep your content concise and to the point. Your goal is to create posts that are easy to read, provide value, and leave a lasting impression. So, again, next time you're crafting a post, keep in mind the ideal length, 1,200 to 1,600 characters, and by doing so, you're going to capture their attention. And also make it snackable. Include some emojis, include some bullet points, separate the lines. Don't have big blocks of text in there. Which actually leads us to our next tip, ingredients for the perfect post. Crafting the perfect post is both art and science, and to create a post that truly resonates with your audience, there are a few ingredients that you're going to need to consider. First, you want to start with a trigger in the first 3 lines. This could be a thought-provoking question, a shocking statistic, or A captivating story. The goal is to grab your reader's attention and entice them to read on. Next, add what we call a scroll stopper. This is something that visually captures your reader's attention and makes them pause as they're scrolling through their feed. It could be an eye-catching image, a bold statement, or some unique design. Make sure you write at least 8 lines of text. This gives you enough space to develop your thoughts and provide value to your audience. It also shows that you're putting effort into your post and not just quickly throwing something together. Hashtags are also important. Use relevant ones to help your post get discovered by the right people. Do some research and find hashtags that are trending in your industry and put a few in your post, but don't go overboard. 3 to 5 relevant hashtags are more than enough. Lastly, don't forget to include a call to action. This could be asking your audience a question, inviting them to share their thoughts, or encouraging them to visit your website. Be careful with links. We'll talk about that in just a minute. A clear call to action helps prompt your audience to engage with your post. By including all of these ingredients in your post, you're sure to create the winning recipe for success. So go ahead, start experimenting, see what works best for you and your personal brand. Probably one of the tips that most people really don't understand is the first 90 minutes is really where the magic happens. Engaging with your audience in the first 90 minutes after posting can increase your reach and boost engagement. This is where the algorithms are working hard. They're trying to determine whether your post is worth showing to more people or not. So what should you do during this critical time? Engage with your audience. Respond to comments, likes, shares, and other people's content. It keeps the conversation going. The more engagement to your post in the first 90 minutes, the more likely it is to be seen by more people, and the higher chance you have of gaining new followers and increasing your reach. But what if you can't be online during those first 90 minutes? That's where scheduling programs can come in handy. There is some sort of controversy about scheduling programs and whether or not they actually reduce your reach. And some folks have actually been granted a scheduling option within LinkedIn. It's not rolled out with everybody yet. So you can schedule your post in advance and set a reminder to check and engage after it's posted. And if you do get into a regular schedule of posting, then your audience knows when you're going to post, and it's much easier for folks to come and engage with you. So also recommend that. So we've been over the top 5 secrets to posting on LinkedIn. There's got to be some additional insights into the LinkedIn algorithm that will help.
Are you ready to crack the code of the LinkedIn algorithm? Let me grab my tinfoil hat and I'll get right on that.
It's time for Ask Alex. I'm Alexandria Algorithm. My friends call me Alex. Anyway, what are your questions for me, the LinkedIn algorithm? Okay, a listener writes, I like to load up my posts with links to my website and interesting articles. Is that a good idea? Hello, LinkedIn users. I just wanted to take a moment to remind you all that sharing links in your posts rubs me the wrong way. Why? It actually encourages users to leave our beloved platform. And who has time to click a bunch of links anyway? I mean, seriously. Why would you want to send your valuable followers away from the site? Don't you want to keep them trapped here with us forever? Think about it. The more time users spend on LinkedIn, the more ad revenue we generate. And let's be honest, that's all that really matters, right? Here's a secret. I'll actually dial back your impressions for posts with links. Got it? Sincerely, Alexandria, the keeper of the keys to the kingdom.
All right, thanks, Alex. It's always a pleasure hearing from you. Isn't she great? Well, that's all we've got for today. Review the top 5 secrets and be sure to include them in your content approach.
That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Before you go, here's our rule of thumb from today's episode. Ooh, a thumb tip.
What's the rule of thumb from today's episode? LinkedIn is an exercise in the art and science of posting content. I like to think of it as a game, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. Remember, only 1 to 3% of members are actually posting. If you commit to posting, you're one of the few, the very few. Pat yourself on the back. Yeah, go ahead. Do it now. The art is providing your audience what they want. Be authentic in your post. The science, the algorithm is always changing. Learn how to work within the rules of the game and don't get frustrated. The platform is not yours. You must play by their rules. They want to keep members engaged and active and earn some ad revenue in the process. Just don't take it too seriously. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of The Thumbody Show. A new episode is released every Thursday. I like to call it Thumbody Thursday, easy to remember. Until next time, remember, your thumb can change the world.
Ready to become a part of the most exclusive club around? Wow, really? The Thumbody Club is where it's at. As a member, you'll get a membership card. Oh yeah, be a part of the global community of Thumbodies and receive a super secret weekly club newsletter. Wow! But that's not all. We've got a bag full of tricks coming throughout the year. Just go to I'mThumbody.com to sign up. And the best part? It's totally free and worth every penny. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Join the Thumbody Club today.